Independent educational content. Views and opinions are entirely my own and do not reflect the official policies or positions of Akamai Technologies. All right, welcome everyone to today's Explainer. Today, we are taking a fascinating dive into the hidden machinery that powers some of the absolutely fastest digital experiences on the web. We're talking about Akamai Ion. If you've ever wondered how major platforms load media so incredibly fast across the globe, even when the internet itself seems to be, totally struggling, well, you're in for a treat today. We are going to unpack the exact architecture that makes all of this complex routing and speed possible. And just to reiterate, our goal here today is purely educational. We're really just unpacking the tech so we can genuinely understand how the modern web actually works under the hood.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Our roadmap for today covers 5 key areas: the performance challenge, introducing Akamai Ion, how Ion accelerates traffic, the connected cloud architecture, and empowering DevOps workflows.
So, kicking things off with Section 1, the performance challenge, meeting user expectations over the internet.
Pretty much every organization out there looking to provide safe, reliable, and fast online experiences is fighting a battle on 3 interconnected fronts. First up is performance. We all know that faster performance maximizes audience engagement, right? If your app lags for literally even a second, users bounce. They're gone. Second is cost. IT departments are facing these incredibly strict mandates to mitigate the notoriously high infrastructure costs associated with managing global traffic. And third is speed. And I don't just mean page loads here. I mean organizational agility. Delivering a differentiated solution quickly is just incredibly difficult. It's honestly like trying to turn a massive cruise ship with the responsiveness of a jet ski. Trying to pull that off without breaking the budget or sacrificing the user experience, that is a massive engineering challenge.
Which brings us to Section 2. Introducing Akamai Ion, the flagship performance solution.
Formally defined, Akamai Ion is a suite of intelligent performance optimizations and controls designed to maximize user experience. But practically speaking, it's way more exciting than that. I want you to think of Ion as this invisible, highly intelligent engine running in the background. It's genuinely amazing to think about, really, because it doesn't just sit statically. It continuously monitors real user behavior, it dynamically adapts to the specific content being requested, and those constantly changing connectivity conditions in real time. It basically automates the delivery of fast, contextually aware experiences while we browse the web, completely unaware of heavy math happening behind the scenes. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds. How Ion accelerates traffic, the invisible engine. So the core of Ion's capability relies on what Akamai actually calls adaptive acceleration. The logic flows in 3 simple steps. First, Ion continuously monitors real user behavior across the network. Second, it applies machine learning to that massive pool of behavioral data. And third, it takes those insights and automatically applies the absolute best performance optimizations, directly reducing page weight and accelerating application rendering. The true brilliance here is the automation. By letting machine learning make the optimization decisions, developers don't have to sit there and manually script every single rule. They can just focus on building really great features. Now, one of the really fascinating ways Ion actually reduces that page weight is through dynamic compression using Brotli. If you don't know, Brotli is a highly efficient modern data format, and Ion applies it on the fly. We all know modern web pages are notoriously heavy. They're just packed with third-party scripts that can severely bottleneck rendering speeds. By applying Brotli compression instantly as content passes through the network, Ion seamlessly mitigates the performance impact of those heavy scripts, and that ensures cross-device performance stays consistently fast no matter what. Ion is also leveraging the absolute bleeding edge of network protocols to accelerate dynamic content. If we trace the evolutionary arc of web delivery, we have HTTP2, which utilizes efficient modern web protocols to intelligently push content to a user's device. That's great, but Ion also supports HTTP3, which is a massive conceptual leap. HTTP3 moves away from the traditional TCP transport layer entirely and utilizes the IETQ-ISEQ protocol. To put that into perspective, traditional TCP requires constant back-and-forth handshakes between servers just to confirm data is sending, which eats up a ton of time. QUIC acts a lot more like streaming data directly without waiting for permission every single millisecond. The result? Significantly decreased latency and much faster connection setups. And this brilliantly illustrates our next point, because all that speed has to be maintained even when the internet itself is experiencing turbulence. This brings us to SureRoute. SureRoute is designed to maximize uptime by offloading and load balancing traffic globally, based entirely on real-time internet conditions.
Think of it kind of like a GPS app that reroutes you around a sudden traffic jam, but, for data packets. If there's a massive congestion point or a sudden outage somewhere on the web, SureRoute instantly identifies the optimal alternate path to the origin server, completely bypassing the bottleneck to deliver a perfectly fast, reliable user experience.
Moving along to Section 4, the connected cloud architecture, the scale behind the speed. Because Ion obviously doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? It's built natively right on the globally distributed Akamai Connected Cloud. This platform combines guaranteed, contract-backed reliability across core data centers, distributed computing partners, and thousands upon thousands of edge locations. Honestly, the physical scale of this is just mind-boggling. By distributing these intelligent optimizations across the edge, Ion ensures that both the computing power and the delivery mechanism are sitting as physically close to the end user as possible. And that is what guarantees incredibly fault-tolerant delivery.
All right, our final stop is Section 5, empowering DevOps workflows, building with agility.
Listen, all these amazing performance tools are absolutely useless if they just create massive operational bottlenecks for your team. That's exactly why Akamai Ion is specifically designed to integrate seamlessly into fast-paced DevOps workflows through web-based tools and APIs. So instead of dealing with a rigid, frustrating system, just imagine a day in the life of a modern developer using this. You code a new feature, you use programmable interfaces to automatically push it to a testing pipeline right at the edge, and you get real-time visibility and feedback before that code ever even hits production. Ion places developer-friendly logic right where the action actually happens. It allows teams to keep content super fresh without ever having to slow down their release cycles. It's a real game changer. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how Ion lets you snap in these powerful add-on tools to expand what it can do. First, we have API acceleration, which minimizes the impact of network congestion, specifically for small payload API traffic, ensuring super high reliability for those critical data exchanges. Then there's mPulse. This one actually captures 100% of real user performance data in real time. It extracts actionable business insights so you can literally see exactly how your load times are impacting user behavior during a code release. And finally, Image and Video Manager, which automatically optimizes media quality, format, and size based on the specific device, browser, and network connection of every single individual user. So we've seen how Akamai Ion acts as this incredibly intelligent and visible engine, leveraging machine learning, modern protocols like HTTP/3, and dynamic global load balancing, all built on the massive scale of the connected cloud. It genuinely takes the heavy burden of manual optimization completely off the shoulders of developers. So I'll leave you with this. Is your infrastructure actually ready to automate the user experience? Or are your developers still out there doing it all by hand? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. We'll see you in the next one.